And good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We are back with another episode of Quarters Without Borders. It is Wednesday, July 8th, another hot and humid day here in central Ohio. I hope everybody out there is having a great week so far. I know, Flanagan, you just had a bit of a traveling weekend. Hopefully, it went well. Good weather, fun times with family. If this is your first time joining us, what we do here at Quarters Without Borders is we're playing our way through games on the hardest available difficulty and raising a little bit of money for good causes. In this case, we're playing through The Last of Us Part 2. I think we're about 20 hours into it, believe it or not. We've raised about $21.25 so far. And it's all going to the United Way of Central Ohio. Do 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 do. Oh wow, that sounds that sounds like a fantastic weekend. And hopefully you had good weather for it the whole time too. Although some of those things, I guess it could rain and it'd still be fun. All right, so kind of to catch everybody up to speed. We have a new development today. We have a green screen going on in the background. All right, now I know it looks like a black screen, and my lighting setup isn't 100% perfect because you can kind of see it going on right over here. But we'll see how much that kind of draws away from the actual gameplay when we go to our picture-in-picture mode. It is something that I am aware of, I do want to address. But if you think this adds to the experience, you think it takes away from the experience, or you want more things like it, please let me know. A little hot, absolutely. This weekend was scorching, and a big part of it was the humidity, which I don't know, kind of up by the lake. I don't know if you'd have more humidity because you're by the lake, of course, or I don't know if like the lake effect breeze would actually keep things cooler. I can tell you down here, it was incredibly humid. So here we are, our picture-in-picture mode. Hopefully giving you a little bit more real estate to be able to see what's going on with the game and not be too distracting. The breeze was to live for. Okay, so a couple of things here. As we learned the hard way last time, we're not going to use the continue option because it's going to take us to the last checkpoint, and most likely that checkpoint is too far behind the puzzle that we are currently trying to crack into. So yeah, it's almost 11 minutes because you can see the autosave is 20 hours 59 minutes and our manual save is 21 hours 10 minutes. Now, what have we done with the extra 11 minutes, you might ask? Nothing but beat our heads against a brick wall. Oh shoot, no. I do want to load this. Let's hope we don't lose a lot of progress. We have cleared out an area. Fingers crossed it's still cleared. We have cleared out an area in the Hillcrest town, and before we proceed any further, there is a safe that needs to be cracked. A 6 combination safe. The problem with this safe is I don't know how to get in. And not only did it take up the last part of the stream on Monday, but it took up the entire stream yesterday. And we made 0 progress. Ah, yes. Actually, I don't know if it's a box that you're seeing, but it's the green screen itself. It's folded up, for storage, obviously, and it's not like a very smooth fabric. It's I don't know how you describe it. It's a coarse fabric, so it's holding the seams from the folds really well. So I may take my steamer and see if I can kind of soften it, but those creases are definitely kind of, you're seeing the folds, like the folds in the fabric.
Oh, shit. Hope you did that, Tommy.
So I'm not really a fan of the okay, I'm gonna take a moment here. I'm not really a fan of the saving system because this is not my manual save. This is more akin to an auto save, and I don't know maybe if the manual saves in this game are glitched or a problem, but this is twice now that I've loaded a manual save and it does not resume me where I saved the game. Because these 3 zombies are still alive at the top of this hill. And we know we don't want to actually go that way. Hopefully, though, I played this deliberately for effect by going up here to trigger a checkpoint. And I think at the very least, we were able to work around the system. Alright, look at that. You can actually kind of see through the screen. I'm happy with that. You can see kind of my background. Yeah, so... Oh, shoot. So yeah, it is a little frustrating just the way the system is working right now, because... Granted, after yesterday's 15-minute delay, having to go back and replay a section, I think we learned the way the game handles its saves, at least to a better degree. But it's disappointing just seeing what it did today. The fact that that was not where I saved. If I have a manual save, I expect to hit load and it drops me off at the exact point in time and the exact spot that I exited the game. Otherwise, what is the point of a manual save? Like, what it just loaded could very easily have been an autosave. So, I don't know, that's honestly my first really big bit of disappointment with what I've experienced in this game so far. There's been little nibbles here and there, but those are all kind of typical. But just the fact that the manual save system, in my opinion, is broken. Because a manual save should not erase progress. Those zombies, to the best of my knowledge, were killed when we ended yesterday. But here's where we're at. We have this little block, which is comprised of a hair salon, a tattoo parlor, the bicycle shop where we came from, and then this liquor store, which has a basement that leads to a second floor, which seems to be like a kid's shop or something. Then the last bit that we just came from, that's forward progress, is the pet store and the eventual Irish pub. The safe that we need to crack. And this, I feel, is important, but maybe not. Is all the way back here in this auto shop, and we had to clear out quite a horde of zombies to get to it. Here it is, the object of our frustration. So the big question is, and what we kind of learned, because I know Mr. Magana had solved this safe during his playthrough, although he did kind of confess that he turned to some help to get it. And then we had Subliminal Irony chimed in that they had watched this safe become cracked. So two viewers yesterday knew what the solution was. And I was trying not to get a handheld solution, but we did figure out that I'm missing some key bit of information. It is not within the mechanic shop, and it is not up the stairs where those 3 zombies were. So that narrows our search field down to this street and the apparent 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 buildings. No code written on the wall. Flanagan, you would be proud of this one. This safe, I mean, we're looking at least 2+ hours trying to get into this safe, and we've made no progress. The only clues that I have that are within this building is the, "Hey Tom, check the carburetor," which I presume means this motorcycle, but there's nothing I can do to interact with it, unless there is a carburetor laying around somewhere I can get access to. Another note that says, "Need more number 9s." And I'm starting to think that that means something different than what I think it does. And then we have an order, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Check with Sal. Order more number 9s. Call Tom and drive to JT. So those are 4 things that I believe I'm interpreting correctly, but I do not know if that's exactly what they mean. And the only additional piece of information is in the office, where we have a work schedule for September and October with a number of names on it. Tom, Bill, Chris, and Jim. But I don't know if that's really relevant or not. Now, the thought I was kind of permutating on yesterday was maybe this is something that I need to carry out. I don't know who Sal is, but I can look to see if there's a Sal thing in the business or out there. What could 9 mean? Call time and then drive to JT. What could JT stand for? And maybe that'll give you some more clues. Because right now there is no carburetor to speak of that I can access or interact with. And if the bit of missing information is out here somewhere, well then it would be my best interest to explore. And going off kind of meta game thinking, it's probably going to be written in graffiti on the wall, because I've done a very thorough searching of items, whether it's written notes, things like that, and I have not found anything. So I really don't know what the bit of missing information could actually be. Now look at that. There is a JT on this trash can with a 6-digit number. Now, this would be really obtuse, and I very much doubt this is actually the code. I'm assuming this is a coincidence. JT 10, I don't know, 5223 is what it looks like. But wouldn't that be funny? Oh, that's kind of cool. When she cuts the boards, it actually makes marks. In generally the direction that she slices, too. That's pretty neat. So this is Sheer Lux, SL. As far as I can tell, that has no relevance to what I'm trying to search for. But we will take one more pass to go through and comb it. And as far as I can tell, it is just a square building. Apparently this duct or whatever got infected or leaked. Perhaps it's a ceiling air conditioning or something, and just destroyed that wall. And as far as I could tell, there was nothing here actually in the salon. I've already looted it clean of materials. I am determined to get this today, though. I have no intention of spending another day, another hour and a half, struggling with this one safe. There has to be a solution. We've come up to the desk already. We've already looted the stuff from the desk. Considering this is one big room, I will be honest, I feel pretty confident in saying that whatever the solution is, it's not in this room. And watch, the people that know where the solution is, they're gonna be like, oh, ha, 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 it was in this room. But there's not a lot of places to hide stuff, nooks and cranny wise. It's just, there's nothing here. So that's that. far as I can tell, no go in that building. Next would be the tattoo parlor. Now, it did cross my mind that maybe JT, T could be tattoo. But I'm pretty sure this is the velvet tattoo, which would defeat that one. Here we go, the exact same code. JT 1052, I don't know, 83 possibly. Once again, I still don't think that's the clue, but it'd be nice to think about. The tattoo parlor is the last thing we can search that is behind these buildings. We have a fence that we are not getting through, and another abandoned building with nothing. So the tattoo parlor it will be. Now this place, there's a lot going on in. I wouldn't be surprised if I'm missing something in here. But once again, I've been over every inch of this place. We have some cool tattoo paintings, but it's not unique. This is, I think, every piece of art in this building is duplicated. And there are no clues that I can see in the tattoo drawings. Computer is useless. So now we're out in the main room. Perhaps there's a document that I'm missing. There's nothing. I don't know what that. Huh, interesting. Okay, books. Once again, the same drawings, the same drawings, the same drawings. That's kind of a new one. Same drawings. But do you see that? Look at that. That is so... Through the hole. That drawing. That... It just seems way too... That has to be something. Whatever that scrawl of chalk is. It's just too conveniently placed. Like... Someone made a deliberate choice to put a hole here and to put that there. And there's even a bit of light that kind of comes down and highlights it. So you can really see whatever that illustration is. That has to be something important here. And as far as I can tell, it looks like the number 1708-1945. Now the 17 might be kind of a stretch here. And if we go off the idea that it's 08-1945, well, I tried that already. That doesn't work. But the idea is, maybe that's not even a 9. Maybe, I'm going to have to sneeze here in a second. Maybe that's, like, I don't know what this would be a drawing of, but it's kind of like a sheet of paper. A squiggly or a flag. So maybe this isn't a 1-7 and a 1-9. Maybe that's just one continuous line that is broken. Kind of like on this side, how it's one continuous line. So that eliminates 2 digits from the combination. That might not even be a 7. Like, I don't know what that is. It's like a chair or a puppy dog. That's clearly a 08. That is a 9, a 4, and what I would say is a 5. That doesn't take into consideration whatever this is supposed to be. It's not a 1, a 2. I could see a 7, right? I could see this cross down and then the slash through the middle right there. What's that? Like a point? 7.08? when you look away from it, it's clearly a 08 and a 945. And it's gotta be a 7. But what does this mean, if it means anything? What I like about it is it seems to me to be unique graffiti. And even here you can see they've drawn attention to it. I mean, that looks like it's a little bit lighter of a pillar, but look how light that pillar is down there at the base compared to the surrounding texture work. It just pops. It's there to visually get your eye. So either someone really enjoys their bit of graffiti they added to this game, or it has meaning. I started to go through this idea. Okay, that's odd. Either this graffiti texture is not popping in like it used to, or we've played this level for so long that the rain is causing it to smear. Because that used to clearly say, come find me or come get me. And now it's very, very blurry. I wonder what happened. Why is this... Is it honestly blurring away because of the rain? It's like a military Humvee. I doubt, considering that's probably bulletproof glass, looking at the frame of the window, that Ellie would be able to break that with her fist. Wow, look at the grass growing up the floorboards in that car. Oh. Yes, so these buildings, that's the way I have to go forward. So we'll go into that one last. And then this building was a lot of challenges, but essentially it gives you a field manual to learn a new skill set. So I wrote that off as all of this in here was basically designed to get you to the skill set. So we have a convenience store, then you go into a basement, and it goes upstairs to a kid's store of some sort. I think it's that graffiti. I really do. There's nothing in here that I can tell of. Yeah, for some reason the texture work is really not loading in. I don't know what's taking it so long. I'm playing on a PlayStation 4 Pro, but that should be a very, very clear A. And this is an issue we've run into in the past with the certificates on the wall. Like that pop in. Like this texture should pop in at the very least at this point. Now what I think is really interesting, right? I mean, some of these textures are perfect, but some of them are just failing to load. So maybe the fact that that one piece of graffiti is not considered important enough to load, but my suspicious graffiti did load. Maybe that is telling that it is important. But then we come back to this issue of the 9s. What do number 9s mean? What is another meaning for more number 9s? Like, it could be an order at a restaurant. I want a number 9. I can't really think of any other time that I would use the phrase, I need more number 9. Thing is, I've gone through this entire place. And I've gone down the stairs into the basement, which is going to be very dark. And I've scoured every shelf down here. Every single shelf. I've even climbed on top of that shelf and looked at whatever that box was. And there is nothing that gives any clue as to what it is I might be looking for. And like clockwork, of course, the flashlight always goes out in this basement. It was tense and harrowing the first time, but after 3 or 4 times, the code of the world becomes very apparent. Then again, I'm sure the developers did not intend on anyone spending quite this much time attempting to crack this safe. None of these filing cabinets can be opened, which I think is a little odd. We've already looted everything here. Crazy fungus spread. Just doesn't make sense. You know, I just really don't think that this is my answer down here. That what I'm looking for is down here. I feel like this area was specifically designed to be a combat encounter. It takes me back upstairs. And I'm in the children's place. So I've gone through all the shelves here. This is where I got the manual from. Gone through the counters, I broke all the glass. There is a whiteboard. But nothing I can see here that might be useful. Study, sleep, no internet. That's a cool plane. I mean, the color scheme's off, but it reminds me of Sully's plane from the Uncharted series, with the pontoons and everything. And then, oh, there's a second floor window. Check this out. Number 9. It's our god. Oh, yeah, that was like an animated movie, right? Was it CG animated or stop motion? I think it was a CG animated movie. It was very, if it wasn't Tim Burton, it had a very Tim Burton-esque feel. It's been a while since I've seen that movie, 9. I enjoyed that one, though. Okay. Bicycle shop once again. We've been through the bicycle shop, and this is the way we came, so I doubt. The game doesn't seem designed to require backtracking quite that much. I really think there's something to this piece of graffiti simply because it's placed so, I don't know, poignantly, right there. And what that number could mean, because I need 6 digits. If I just say 945, that's 3. So we could try 708945. I mean, it's worth a shot. It's ignoring a lot of the weird typos and stuff, and like the little signals, but it's worth trying, I guess. 708945. So I need 70. $89, 7089, and then 45. It's actually kind of weird thinking about it that way. Parsing the numbers in different pairs.
Guess not.
So more than ever, I am convinced that this has something to do with it. I can't commit that it's a 7, though, because of the dot right there. And that dot is what's confusing me. So maybe it's not a 7. There's nothing else that would have a cross like that. It's not a 3. And maybe that's just an icon. Maybe that's a symbol for something. In which case we have 08945, but it's not enough. Post-it notes say you need more number 9s, which I feel like that's an important clue to what I need to do, but it doesn't particularly help me in this situation because I don't know what this is supposed to mean. And I guess in universe, in game-wise, it wouldn't make sense why it'd be on a to-do list if it's referring to this piece of graffiti out here. And what is that graffiti supposed to be? It's just a flag. What could you be? I'm like squinting, trying to... Maybe it turns into words or something. Because there's something odd about it. Something odd about it. Well, this is... Okay, yes, it does appear like I'm hung up on the graffiti, but look at it. Look at the placement of that graffiti and the way it's lit. Like, it is... I mean, granted, it's outside, but we have a hole in the ceiling. Look how significantly brighter that is. That could be art direction, so that you notice there's a hole in the wall in case you need to run through there. But the thing is, this area wasn't designed to be too much of a combat encounter. There was a handful of zombies, but I had to lure them out from their bases to fight them here. So... It's not like all these holes in the walls were built for egress and movement and stuff. So what? That just, it seems too weird. The question is, what does it actually mean, though? And I've gone over everything else that I think there's possibly we can do. I mean, we have, you know, the symbols here, a heart, a spade, there's an eye, a diamond, and a club. Sal, Tom. I don't think it deals with it. None of the... Like, that vehicle is for the pet store, not for the garage. So I don't really know. I think this is the only unique photo in this entire building, and it's this picture of this lady. She's a star hat, a spiderweb tattoo, flowers, more flowers, but nothing telling there. The only other place I haven't gone through... Okay, so the pet store. Yes. I have gone through the pet store, but I haven't yet in this playthrough. And I've even gone through and smashed nearly every window in every one of these vehicles to see if I can loot, like, the back seat or something like that. I have all these numbers and letters floating in my head. JT and Sal and Nines. And I'm trying to make connections as to what they could mean. But as far as I can tell, they don't mean anything. And it could be that those notes literally are just the to-do list. Oh, that basket just, like, phased into the floor. It's like someone pranked the concrete layers when they had fresh concrete, and they're like, we're going to put this basket in your wet concrete. But nothing else is really telling. That goes into the bar, which we'll do next. We have some cat trees. And then we have kind of like the grooming room, I suppose, is what it would be. Nothing here on these computers and things. Go into the employees area. Found a lot of cool stuff in here. A wash basin. But number 9s and why an auto store would be here doesn't make sense to me. I'll give the game some slack. Maybe we are going to have some backtracking. I have to go forward a little bit. Okay, and these things, the texture work for some reason is really not loading. because these had letters on them before. Or numbers. It was like book 1, book 2, book 3, book 4, book 5, book 6, book 7, book 8. The letters aren't even there now. So whatever's going on with the game, hopefully it's not gonna glitch out and not show me the information I need to actually proceed. Now we're in the Irish pub, which for how big it is, I mean, there was a shambler and a zombie in here to fight. For how big it is, there is like next to nothing inside of this pub. Looking at the menus, there are no numbers. So it's not like there's a number 9 or anything like that I could order. We have a pool table. Maybe there's like the 9th cue ball I could do something with. ATM machine. Now a pool cue. That should be a melee weapon. That'd be pretty cool. Then we got this bookcase. Piles of trash. Then it goes back into the kitchen. Still, Mr. Magana, still. Okay, let me ask you something here, because I think I know what it is. I just can't figure it out. I am like 99% committed that whatever that little scribbly scrawl is my key. And yes, I did look around the kitchen. So, because the kitchen, you have to go through the pet store into the Irish pub, through the kitchen, and you go at the back of the kitchen. There's the stairs, and that's where we started today. And I've gone up the stairs. I fought the 3 zombies, looked through the 2 buildings that are up the top of the stairs, and there's a fence you jump over. And once you jump over that fence, there's no coming back. Like, that is the end. No? Did you say no? That graffiti means nothing? Look at this. This is horrible. This texture work is not loading, and it looks terrible. The game has had plenty of time now to load in. No, that graffiti means nothing. That graffiti should absolutely mean something. That is the best clue I've had to go on so far. So that's the kitchen. You go at the back of the kitchen, we've got a forklift and some barrels. I found an arrow, which you can see in my backpack right now, from this corpse, and decided to save it, even though like every other arrow I've ever found I've left behind. And then this just goes back to the street again if I drop down there. Useless. Oh my gosh. Dude, I don't know what I'm missing. So, I know it's not up the stairs. So this is after you logged out yesterday, Magana. Speaking with subs, it's not up the stairs, and it's not in the garage. Whatever bit of information I am still lacking. I know it's not in those 2 areas. That is the only... I mean, I've gone over everything. I honestly... I am at such a loss. Unless there's a way to get up to the 2nd floor of some of these buildings. But the only one we can do is that one. And it doesn't really take us anywhere. No, those papers were like the things you see posted at workplaces like OSHA rules and unemployment laws and stuff like that. So they're just blurry, which isn't really a huge loss. It's just, oh, there's nothing important, you know? And then I'm back in the bike shop, which is the way I came. And I learned in the bike shop that there's this terrible person named Todd who forgets his wife's birthday and eats everybody's food. But Todd has nothing to do with the safe, as far as I can tell. There's a workbench. And we have another calendar here. Monthly inventory. Jimmy, I think. Somebody's out. Apparently there's 2 notes to Todd about eating lunch and that. Did you pay the water bill? It's not that graffiti. Are you serious, man? And there's nothing in here. The whiteboard is bare. I mean, this was kind of the beginning, and I came through here and I got supplies and stuff, and I moved on. I jumped in through that window, which we can't probably go back. So I know the beginning of this zone and the end of this zone. You could call it a level. And I feel like I've pretty much scoured everything there is from the beginning to the end of the level. I can't go backwards any further. And if I go forward, once I hop that fence, I cannot come back. It blows my mind that this graffiti means nothing. It's so conveniently placed. Well, that will save me some time, I suppose, from just wasting all my energy on that. Mr. Magana, do you have any other clues you can chime in with? Like, how about like a Marco Polo hot-cold scenario here? Because I'm under the impression, if we recap what we went over yesterday, I do not have enough information to solve this safe. Whatever it is I'm missing is not in this building, and it is not up the stairs. So that leaves these handful of streets. I guess, is the bit of information I'm missing, is it in a building, or is it out in the streets? Because I've certainly combed these buildings. Okay, and there's this. And there's this, Mr. Magana. This number on the trash cans. It says JT, which was step number 4. 1052 something 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 something. Every trash can has the same number though, which I doubt. Hey, it preserved my slash marks on the wood. There's nothing I can do through the trees here. And then we have the mailboxes. Okay, it's in a building. Oh. Okay, we're gonna take this a little bit further. Bike shop, tattoo, and hair salon. We're gonna collectively call them building number 1. And this side of the street, with the liquor parlor, pet shop, and the bar, are building number 2. Is it on this side of the street? Or is it on this side of the street? Building number 1, building number 2. I'm getting desperate. I've been over this small little square footage of town for going over 2.5 hours now. Like, I don't know what else to do. Oh, it's just, I don't get it. Top quality bicycles, life cycle since 1971. Velvet Tattoo. We have those symbols up there. That's way too much like a puzzle game. And then we have Sheer Lux. And I'm pretty sure that little 2001 A Space Odyssey monolith thing is just their design. Building number 2, you believe. Okay, so it's either something on this side of the street. Well, that does good. That kind of, you know, it does start to help narrow down our options here. Gold Star Liquor. And we just went through that one. We just went through these too. Looking for potential. I'm still on the hunt that it's got to be graffiti or writing or something. Because if it's a note, I don't know how I would have missed it. I've gone over almost every surface clicking buttons. I really don't feel like it's going to be the Crown Liquor Store. Watch, it's going to be that. But I feel like that just existed in order to have a challenging gauntlet to get the skill manual. This building and the next are required. You have to go these ways in order to progress the story. So it would make sense. I mean, but then maybe they wouldn't put it in the way that you would have to go. Maybe they hid it, so it's deliberately off the path. Now, it better have nothing to do with those books, because they are not loading. Looking over the walls, the ceiling. There's no writing, no graffiti. That could potentially give it away. I mean, this area was great because it gave me supplements and things like that, and was a locked door, so this was kind of like a little puzzle room too. Oh, are you back on your lunch break, Mr. Magana? It's a little Groundhog Day-ish, isn't it? The pub, okay, like there's, the pub was my one area that I'm like, okay, there's really not a lot of stuff going on here. So maybe it was, you know, in here. Fresh eyes, that's what this is about. Tackle it with fresh eyes. Maybe it's like carved in to the bar top. Although from the looks of it, it's just a repeating texture. Nothing in those, nothing in the grungy sink. There's this very odd colored bottle that is broken. Oh. mean, this is going to be something, it's got to be something blatantly obvious, because right now, unless I am just blind, and maybe it's a colorblind thing, I don't know. There's been games before where I have not been able to solve puzzles because of the colors. But, like, this is just, like, this is ridiculous. Like, the difficulty of this, and if you were supposed to just stumble upon this somehow and figure it out, I don't know how. I don't know how they expected you to solve this one. Because it does not strike me. It does not strike me as simple. Building number 2. Maybe there's a trap door under the bar or something. I mean, there was still that conversation those people were having about, like, their secret meeting place. And this is a wood-floored bar. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if there was a secret somewhere. But the floor kind of really feels the same. All the way around, you know? Like this bookshelf, maybe. No, it's not really blocking anything. So let me go back into the kitchen. No graffiti. I almost feel like the time it is taking me to try to solve this, I could have just gone through the combinations individually. Brute forced that lock. Granted, I mean, with six possible digits and 10 digits per slot, there are probably like a bazillion possible combinations. I'm convinced there's like some secret passage in this bar, but maybe not. It's interesting that the pillars don't interfere with the reflections. Okay. So if number 2, I mean, you said you believe, so, you know, it could be mistaken, but I feel very good about what I just cleared on those 2 buildings. And there being nothing there. So if we take the meta game philosophy, this is the optional building with the enemies. You don't have to complete this, so maybe it's kind of a reward. It's an odd looking specularity on that, whatever that is. Maybe so it's, you know, somewhere you don't have to go. So it could be in here. Excuse me. Oh. I don't see any, like... I mean, can I... Oh, could I climb on that? Oh, not in any way to actually scale a thing. Already busted my way through all of these things. And I've looted this. And once again, I see no graffiti, I see nothing written that could potentially be a clue. So we have to go down in the basement again. Which it doesn't help that this basement is so dark, because it makes it very difficult to actually see what you're doing. If there was going to be some secret message, I would be under the impression that it would be in the room with the office. Nothing here as far as I can tell. I just want to start fiddling with everything. I mean, that's a lot of fungus. You know, maybe there's an area that I'm gonna like burn or something, and then all of a sudden the fungus recedes and it opens up a secret hideout or something. And we have what appear to be our server racks. More fungus. Mr. Magana, I'm beginning to question how accurate your idea of number 2 was. Unless you've seen me go past it already and you're just like, oh, you missed it already. Because I'll be honest, man, I feel like I've gone over everything. So that's the basement. Like, there's just nothing else. That is all there is in the basement. You're concerned something has not loaded for you, but why that would have on 3 tries baffles me. Oh my gosh. Like, if this safe, if I've been just banging my head against the wall because something is not working. Now, I have noted, excuse me, that at least on this particular playthrough, there's a lot of the texture work that isn't quite loading in the way it ought to. So if it's supposed to be like a paper or some graffiti or something, it may actually be difficult to see. I've gone through this thing. There's a cat drawing. This is BAM. These things are too small to be significant. Dad and mom. Boom, sunglasses, tank, lightning bolt, squiggly lines, smiley face, more squiggly lines. Yeah. And then the to-do list for the day. Okay, and I mean, I know I'm searching kind of your memory here. But having gone through those, the number 2 buildings, right? The number 2 buildings, that side of the street. I don't know if that maybe jarred your memory and you're like, oh yeah, it's in this building. But I feel pretty confident I've done everything I can possibly find. I am not going to find it unless it's just by pure happenstance. Like, my ability will not lead me to finding this, except for my ability to be persistent, I guess, or stubborn. So I am perfectly okay if you tell me what building it is in that I'm missing. Is it in the Irish pub? Is it in the pet store? Is it in the bar? Even if it's in these buildings, is it in any of the first buildings? Or maybe joke's on me, and this is a simulation of real life. So there is a locked safe that you just cannot open because the combination has been lost to time. And the game is just teaching you a lesson to let things go. Because, I mean, just... we're now pushing over probably about 3 hours of trying to get through this safe. And I'm too close to this right now. Like, I can't really look at it with fresh eyes, honestly, because there's just so much that I've been going over and over and over and over. I feel like I'm getting stuck in my ways. The restaurant kitchen. Okay, restaurant kitchen. Now, this may be an issue, because right now, the kitchen, these documents and things, these are not loaded. Oh my god. Is it that? Is it that freaking piece of paper that is taped up there? It's gonna be that, isn't it? This stupid little sheet of paper taped to the wall. Oh my gosh. I know it's this. I don't even want to look at it. I don't even want to look at it. It even stands out more because this texture work is not loading and this texture work is. Oh, there's a combination. Do you see that combination? Yo, when Dale comes by, he's going to ask for the safe combo. But just walk over to the garage and put it in yourself. Otherwise, he's going to bother you 8 more times. The combo is 30, 82, 65. Someone needs to talk to his wife. I know she wants to think he's going to get better, but it's time to get practical. I heard the WLF have some real doctors at their base. Nobody would blame her for leaving, except Boris, but F him. 30, 82, 65. Oh my gosh. And now the texture work has loaded in. It's like the game was waiting for me to figure it out. The level of frustration I am feeling. Honestly, I don't know if I ever would have actually found that. Maybe pure luck, but just the way they have it put it up on those other papers, like, it's something I would have just skipped right over. I mean, granted, it was overlapping some papers, and these are all placed cleanly and separately, so that may be my cue looking forward. Look for overlapping papers. Mr. Magana, thank you for coming through on this one. I cannot believe that is what it is. Oh my gosh. And watch, we're gonna open the safe and it's gonna be empty. Who knows how long that would have gone on. Eventually, I probably would have found it through process of elimination. Just scouring and scouring and scouring everything. But who knows how many hours we would have racked up to get to that point. $30, $82, $65. I have no shame in how we got into this safe. I spent more than enough time. Oh, what did we get? What is that? A sling? Long gun holster. I don't get it. Like it's just quick draw basically for my long guns. Actually, now it shows the guns on her backpack. That's a step up. That's an improvement. Oh my gosh. The numbers, all the things. They were just rules, right? And that's the problem, the hide in plain sight camouflage. I cannot believe that I could not find that. Okay. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, we have made it through that safe. Honestly, that was just ridiculous. It's one of those smack your head kind of puzzles. No trick, no weird spray paint or codes or numbered nines. None of that was relevant. All you had to do was notice that there was an odd sheet of paper in this jumble of papers. Why it would be back up here on the wall with that information in a kitchen is beyond me. But that was it. I walked by it who knows how many times. You know, I don't even feel bad. What's done is done. Now. Let us move forward. Let us move forward. Mr. Magana, thank you again, sir. As one of the earliest proponents or suggesters of the green screen, I am curious what your thoughts are on the new green screen development today. Now, I know we've got 3 zombies to deal with up here, and I would like the opportunity to try out my stealth kills, my improved stealth kills. These 2, I don't know how I'm going to deal with in the street. That 3rd guy, he usually kind of wanders off on his own. Oh, great. Really? Of course, well, he's on his own now, and the 2 of them have teamed up, and they're in this little burnt building. Get a green chair. The microphone is something that I do want to work into. Right now, I need a boom. Shoot. Right now, I would need a boom arm for the microphone. A boom arm for the microphone because it only really works at a close proximity to my face. So it's got to be in the screen for now, at least with my current camera setup. But if I can get a boom arm, I can maybe hang it above me and it'd be out of frame. So yeah, the microphone is something I do want to address eventually. All right. We already learned how to exploit the AI of these guys last time. Let's just work in the dance. Work in the dance. Oh. No way. Come on. Okay. Oh. Well, I mean, he tackled me, but I don't know if he actually hurt me or not. If I remember correctly, there is actually nothing worth picking up here. So, this is a moment, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to jump this fence, and we are not going to load our checkpoint to go back. We are going to jump this fence, and we are going to proceed into territory unknown as we chase down Tommy. Oh my gosh. Yeah, let's do it. Oh, that's safe. There is a mixture of relief and frustration, even now that the safe is done. Okay, let's not be too loud. More supplements. Because this place looks pretty barricaded. I mean, it's barricaded from the inside. So hopefully we have nothing to worry about. Fall into savings sale with unbeatable deals. Stop by Rosemont's today. Bring this coupon to get 25% off your entire purchase. It's an interesting bit of note to keep with you. Wow, he has some shining stuff going down over there. I don't hear anything yet. That's the garage. Shimmy through, I guess. Oh man, it's the bow and arrow dude. No! That is the bow and arrow dude. He apparently didn't make it. Whoa! Dang! This guy's like impervious. I mean, he's basically a clicker. Very close to one. He still has somewhat of a face going on. That knife was not doing anything.
This'll do.
Jeez, how is she carrying all this stuff? Arrow recipe. I have 2 arrows. Standard ammo for the bow. Silently kills enemies. Craft 1 arrow. Okay, it uses my melee things. Well, yeah, I can afford to build at least 1 more arrow. Since those things are maxed. Eh, why not do 1 more? Okay. Pretty cool. We've got our bow and arrow. We finally found out what happened with this. I think his name was Boris. That's like the creepiest birdhouse. Oh, conveniently, a bunch of wood planks have fallen over the way back. Trading card, I think. Nope, apparently not. And I have a feeling... Craft more arrows. 40 points. Crafts 2 arrows. That's pretty cool. Oh, this won't be loud.
That's one way to use mannequins.
All right, well, he's got a training area.
Let's see. All right.
Dang. Little high. Can I get my arrow back? Nice. So the arrows are great. Silent kills, right? This is going to make things a little bit more difficult. I need a headshot to recover my arrow. Because I don't have a crosshair.
A little rusty.
At least in this area, it's letting me recover my arrows.
Still got it.
But this is definitely going to have to learn to get my aim set up. I miss? Oh, come on, that was close. Did not actually give up. We actually subs, welcome, of course. We didn't give up. Mr. Magana actually kind of we narrowed it down Marco Polo style to the kitchen. And once that happened, as soon as I walked in that kitchen, it was boom, right there, the note on the wall. That was so ridiculous. Ridiculous. Dang it. So I seem to have a tendency, as you can see, to shoot just a hair to the right of my target. So taking that into consideration, I'm going to aim a little bit more to the left than I think I should. I don't know where that one went. I think I just lost the arrow for that one. Okay, screw that. Do it the old-fashioned way. I am rather frustrated. I mean, to be honest, I don't know if I would ever have found that on my own. Like, not through any use of skill. I did not see it the first time. I eventually probably would have found it, but who knows after how many hours of just combing that space over and over and over again. So it's not like finding it would have been through any particular skill of my own. It would have just been pure happenstance or pure luck. So it is frustrating I wasn't able to discover it the first time. I am going to be a little bit more aware of overlapping sheets of paper posted to the walls, because the rest of those forms were very square and neat, and that one sheet was overlapping like 3 documents. So that could be a little visual cue as far as what is interactable, and what is not.
Hey, we got
dang.
another trespasser. A girl. Did you see her? No, but the fucking guy is nearby.
Shit!
We're looking for two!
The fuck's all that smoke?
He blew up one of our trucks.
How'd you let that happen?
Just find them.
2
I
people
want those fucking trespassers!
and a dog, and then we got another person and a dog down there. Now, people and dogs make things interesting, or difficult, I guess would be the more appropriate word. But yeah, the safe thing, I'm not happy with how it resolved itself, but at least we got into it. It was useful, the stuff we got out of it. Don't come in here. Don't come in here.
I think he's got something. Pick something up, boy?
Shoot.
I want every building in the area searched.
There goes the
Watch
dog.
for scars.
Oh, dang.
Look! Her! Right over here!
Shoot, 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 shoot.
Don't let her escape! Ashley! Get her from the side! Gotcha!
Oh, dang. Well, I got a little too close to that dog.
You might have something. What you smell?
Nice. I think got the guy this time, too. They got them both. That's how you do it. Trip mine took the guy out and the dog.
I want every building in the area searched.
Now that person coming down the
Not
street, they
alone.
have a dog with them too. It's 2 people and a dog. That's my last trip mine, unfortunately. I don't know where the dog went. He just kind of let him wander off.
What have we got? Anything? What the hell's going on, people?
If I can get her to turn
Area's
around.
clear. He's got something. Got a scent, boy? Right over there!
Oh, dang.
Kathy!
Come on, where are they? You look like my grandpa. Welcome to the stream. Cephalini 1993. I'm assuming you mean I look like your grandfather and not Ellie. But either way, I don't know if that's a compliment or not. I'll take it as a compliment. I hope you're having a good... Oh, shoot. A good Wednesday.
want every building in the area searched. Someone's out there. Shit! Stay low!
Where am I from? Kind of split ancestry. So my mother is South Korean,
Watch
and my
yourselves.
father is from the Midwest. Although if you go back far enough, he's actually you would trace his family back to Germany. Oh, great! That dog's gonna make things an issue.
Here!
Well, no longer an issue. Oh, come on. Come on. You're from Amsterdam. Cool. Well, thanks for watching the stream today. How did you hear about this? It's pretty small. I've only been streaming for like 2 weeks now. The scenario here, obviously we're playing The Last of Us 2, but we're playing it on the hardest difficulty, and every time I die or have to retry, I've got to pay another quarter, kind of like old arcade games. And at the end of the game, all that money is going to go toward a charity, in this case, the United Way. So, trying to have some fun.
He might have something.
Oh, great, come on.
Smell something, boy?
Well, he didn't die.
Over here!
Oh, great. Dang. Oh, wow. Well, cool. Well, thanks for checking out the channel. It's kind of a new thing I'm trying to do. So, you know, right now I'm streaming Monday through Thursday. I stream at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And the stream is about over for today. I only stream for about an hour and a half, but then this Saturday will be a big live stream. I stream for about 8 hours. It'll be like an all-day stream. And we're just trying to go through the game, have some fun, you know. I went to school for like computer graphics and game design, so if I can, I try to add little bits and pieces of information that I think are interesting to what I'm seeing on the game. And then, you know, we go from there. Oh, I'm not going to make that shot. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. As a new streamer, this is my first time diving into anything like this, so... Oh, shoot.
I think he's got something.
That did not work. That was like the most ineffective bow and arrow shot ever. I appreciate the compliment. I'm glad you missed like the hour and a half we spent trying to break into the safe earlier in the game. Just could not figure out the puzzle. So I'm curious. Yeah, you said I remind you of like your grandfather. Was your grandfather from Amsterdam too, or did he have like a mixed descent or Asian background? Nope. Get away.
He might have something. What you smell, boy?
Okay.
I want every building in the
Well, I'm gonna
area
make sure
searched.
after
Someone must have slipped past
you
us.
you have no grandpa. I'll make sure to friend you after the stream is over, and I don't know if you do any streaming or you just watch, but if you stream, let me know, and I'll definitely follow you and, you know, see if I can tune in and stuff. Right now, I'm hoping that if I can get the, you know, the stream big enough and I can grow it, it's something that I can do more throughout the week. Right now, it's a very part-time gig. In the day. Oh, come on. Okay, I gotta focus. We can do this. Have you seen this game played through yet, or are you just kind of watching for the first time? I'm just curious because I've got a couple folks, some friends of mine that are watching, and I know one of them has played through the game already, so he's kind of giving me tips now and then if I get stuck. But I could definitely, there are parts where I could definitely use some help. Oh gosh, I'm gonna screw this up. It's gonna smell me again.
I think he's got something.
Dang it.
Smell something, boy?
Oh, that looked a little goofy. I think I'm still in stealth though. As ridiculous as that
I
looked.
want every building in the area searched. We're not alone here. Movement. I'll see what's up.
Fucking dead!
Oh, dang, are you serious? Oh wow, you've played through it twice already? That's impressive. I can tend to play a little slow, so you'll have to, I hope you don't mind. Okay, I know we're coming up here on 12:30. I would like to hopefully get through this combat encounter before we wrap up for the day. I just need to figure out a better way to deal with these folks. The guy with the dog is the big issue. And I know there's two of them. Keep going, keep going. They're gonna come back this way. So if I can set a trap for them. And then clear the area. That trap will go off. And I don't want them to be looking for me in that area when it does.
I think he's got something. Pick something up, boy.
Okay, so they're gonna all go down there.
I want every building in the area searched. My scars are
Now if I can... The bow and arrow would be really useful, but... Missed my shot.
Here! Here!
Oh, dang, come on, really? Come on! I like that plan, though. I like that plan. Okay. Because... One, I didn't know that guy was right next to me. If it wasn't for that, I would actually have been in a pretty good position. So we're going to do kind of the same setup this time. We're going to lay the trip mine. When they come back down this way, it'll go off. I'll head up the road. Gonna have to be careful. Keep going, keep going. I'm gonna have to be careful because there are patrols further up the road. And that's what's caught me last time. So, trip mine. I just got the bow and arrow, so that can definitely help. Just, I don't have a crosshair the way I'm playing right now, so I'm not sure I'm the most accurate when it comes to,
What's up?
using that bow and arrow. Okay, this will draw him out of the woodwork. We'll at least be able to see who we have going. I know we have a lady. We have that guy, and he should have a dog. And hopefully my scent is gone at this point. 'Cause there's the dog. 1 dog, 2 soldiers. Don't you come over here, dog. This should be doable.
Anyone got a visual?
Oh, come on.
Anyone got good
Are
news
they
for me?
honestly coming over this way?
This place is clean. You got anything?
Go in the building. Don't come over to me. Go in the building. Well, the dog is going away. The person's walking away. I think that's both of them down that way. Oh, shoot. Nope.
Molotov! Be ready for any. Over here! We're gonna fuck you up! Don't let her get away!
Really? Oh, come on, come on, come on, come on. Jeez, come on, take cover, take cover. Breathe. Medvac. Oh, man. Shotgun. Ooh, there's still more of them. The dogs are so good. Oh my god, really? He is done, right?
Got her trapped!
Let's upgrade this thing really quick. Man, where are they coming from? Because I can't survive being back in here much longer. But you are right, the dogs have made combat so much more difficult. We might have made it. The music is still playing, so it makes me think there's still someone out there. I feel safe back here. I don't want to go out there. Ooh, I hear people talking now.
Shit.
What? Why are you saying that, Ellie? Well, I may have lost them. I feel like there's still more. I don't see anybody. Well, I'm okay tentatively moving around and starting to get some things, but I don't think it's over yet. Oh, I did go through quite a few people. Oh, there's somebody. Although I don't know where they're at. Oh, there's a sniper. Wow. I did not see him. See her. I think that's it. I think I got her. Man, I'm going through my ammo quick.
Fuck me.
What? Where do you see them? Okay. The sniper, that was tricky. I feel like it's Metal Gear Solid again. Come on, in the window. I can't tell if she's hurt. Like if she needs a med pack or anything. Okay, there's a basement we can drop down into. She's acting kind of like she's hurt. Why do I have it on hard? Excuse me. That's a fantastic question. So, I actually put it on hard because kind of the concept here is every time I die, I have to donate money to charity. So by putting it on hard, I figured I'd be able to raise some decent money for charity. It has proven that there are times when things get very difficult, more than I anticipated. Oh, great. Who? Oh.
All right.
Oh. That did it, though. So, the choice of the hard difficulty, no HUD, oh, that's not all of them.
Bring her down, boy!
Are you kidding me? Another dog?
Push forward! Roger that! No, no!
Come on. Give me a big gun. And, I used to play games a lot. I have definitely I don't play as much as I used to. So I figured I'd be able to do pretty good holding my own on hard. And it has made the game pretty engaging, we'll put it that way. Come on, come on, come on. She is hurt, so we're gonna have to med pack. Ah, there's still somebody else out there. The problem is I don't know where they're at. Oh, so every time I die and have to restart, it's just 25 cents right now. So it's kind of like if you used to go to like an arcade.
Right in here!
Dang, she took 2 shots. How is she not dead?
Man,
So when you used to go to like an old arcade, you put a quarter in and pay 25 cents and keep playing. And to be honest, right now with the coronavirus thing that's going out, I don't have a lot of money to donate. So to give back a little bit, I think I feel pretty good about. I'm a gaming grandpa. I feel like, even, you and I, Mr. McGowan, we're kind of like the second generation. Because I grew up with a Sega Genesis. I was a Sega kid, not a Nintendo kid. But there were definitely folks, like I never grew up with an Atari. That would have been like the first wave of gamers. Oh my gosh, seriously? This is getting ridiculous. How many people are there?
The fucking find her quick!
We're doing so well. I know we're over time, and I do have to wrap it up here in a little bit. We've been doing so well so far.
Nothing to report.
Well, they're down there. They even took a pot shot at me. Oh, there we go. You are asking for my hunting rifle. Unfortunately, that was my last round. This is easily probably the largest combat encounter I think we've dealt with in the game, period. Granted, I usually try to go a little bit more stealth, and the dogs make that a lot more difficult. But I mean, we've gone through quite a few people in this battle alone. And I still don't think it's over yet.
Guard! Find where she's hiding.
goddamn.
Well, I still hear people. Oh, this building is a lot more open than I would like it to be. I'm on the impression that they have to be upstairs. Because I can hear them pretty well and they're talking. Oop, there's a person. Is he all by his lonesome? Man, they have quite the patrol area. Wow, he's going way down there. my luck, he's going to lead me into another patrol of guys. Maybe he's the last one, though, if I'm lucky.
Seen her yet?
No, there's more.
Nothing around here.
I can hear him. Yep. There's even a dog, I think.
Hey,
Fuck.
go get her, girl!
Oh, shoot. Oh, come on, come on, come on, come on! No, 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 no!
Oh no!
Oh, I can't get over that.
Keep it up!
Great. I'm cornered. Come on, come on, come on. Get in the building, get in the building. No, get down, get down, get down. Oh. Where's it putting us? I had not died. I had not died until just then. It's the... Is this... Where is it putting me? Because there's no patrol this time. And there is a dead person. I have one sniper rifle round. A couple arrows. Okay, that's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. Because there's that person. Okay. So this is where it is. Actually, that's not bad. This was after I went down in that room, killed a bunch of people, and came back up here to retreat. So I'm actually a pretty good spot. I know we went about 20 minutes, almost 30 minutes over today. We are going to have to wrap up because I have to get ready for work at this point. If only this was my real job, right? We'll put in our manual save. Wow. Talk about talk about developments today. The really exciting stuff. We got through the safe. After almost 2 days, we've got into the safe, cracked it open, got the weapon sling. Made it to the next area, and I would say hopefully about half of the combat encounter we've cleared our way through. There's still the one guy that I'm going to snipe. There's a lady with a dog, and then there's the other guy that I was trailing through the grass for a while. So there's still at least 3 people, maybe even more. I just don't know if I'm going to have the equipment to make it through this fight, because I'm going through a lot of it. I need to find a way of getting stealth attacks down now that they've introduced the dogs into the combat encounters, because I'm more and more relying on my equipment like Molotovs, trap mines, and things, and I don't think that's going to be sustainable as the game gets more difficult. So, that's going to have to be it for us today. We did get quite the few quarters in the bucket today. I'll add them up and have a new updated total for everybody tomorrow. We just cracked $21 yesterday, so I bet we're over 22 or 23 now. But thank you again for coming out. Thank you again for watching this morning. Subliminal, Flanagan, Magana, and Cephalini. I may be pronouncing that wrong. I apologize. 93. I can say that. 93. Thank you for all tuning in this morning. I have no idea what time it is in Amsterdam right now. I'm sure there's a time difference. So I appreciate you taking the time to come onto the channel and watch. We're going to be back at it again tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So hopefully we'll see everybody back then. We will make it through the rest of this encounter and get a little further in the game. And of course, we have our big stream coming up this Saturday. If you want to catch up on what we have been doing on the channel, there are still some videos on Twitch in the archives. I know they're starting to clear out the history, though. So if you want to see stuff from the beginning, you'll have to check out the YouTube channel, which is also Quarters Without Borders. So ladies and gentlemen, again, thank you so much for coming out and watching. I hope you had a good time. As always, we have a new green screen today. So if you like it, comments, suggestions, things that you would like to see on this channel, let me know. And I hope to see you again tomorrow. Have a great Wednesday.